Mads,
Sure.
how you doing?
It's a pleasure seeing you again.
Good to see you always. Good to see you. So I know you just came from somewhere, from the second building across the street.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
what was it?
So we went to the pre-convention AKS Society induction.
And what did you do there?
So we had the pleasure of being honored as second level inductees in the Art Clump Society.
So what it means in the Rotary world, helping the people around the world, does it mean?
So what really matters is how do we get the resources out to the people that need it.
I know you were in a long trip this time, in the past 10, 15 days, whatever. So actually we were together. So do you want to share your feeling how the money paid to the foundation, and we go and we see that money, how it's working in the field? You want to share that with
So the great satisfaction here was that both Shab and I have a passion for Ukraine, and what makes Rotary such a beautiful organization is the fact that it is actually the membership that decides where the resources go, and you have an influence where you go. And I believe that Rotary is the only service organization where after you have written the check that you have an impact of where the money will go. And Shab and I had the pleasure of being able to direct funds to a specific project in Ukraine for children of fallen soldiers and their mothers, and how to help them through the trauma of losing a loved one, and actually being able to be part of that healing process and see where our resources were being put to use, or if you will, where the rubber really hits the road. And that's very unique for Rotary.
So the money you gave now, so in 3 years, whatever, comes back to the district and goes into form of, funds that available for clubs and people around the world to use it. How satisfied were you when you saw that how your money is really working for you? You're a hard-working man. You work for your money. Now you see that your money is not satisfaction also out of spending it on clothes and cars, and now you spend it on humanity. How satisfied were you when you see these things?
So obviously the question we have to look at is that those that has the ability has the obligation. So as they say, you can only wear one pair of pants at the time. So being able to help your fellow mankind in achieving treatment of trauma, or a better living, or clean drinking water, that way outweighs whatever you can buy by going out and buying stuff.
Well, you cannot do it all by yourself. You have a beautiful lady that's sitting outside the booth. So do you want to tell us what she does in your life as a Rotarian also?
So Abby's and my relationship somehow started in the world of doing good in the world, where we have our own foundation, and we've been working in Cambodia with underprivileged children for 18 years, and Rotary was a way for us to be able to expand the possibility of doing something that was beyond what we could do single-handedly. So working as a group within Rotary with fellow Rotarians amplifies what we can do by collaborating.
Well, there is a young fellow also that's sitting outside with your wife right now. And when we start talking to this young fellow, he's bright, he's knowledgeable, and he was a Rotaract.
So that's obviously one of the wonderful things that we can do as Rotarians, is to pass on to the younger generation, to carry the torch, and through them in some way they also become our legacy. And Rotaractors is obviously a way for younger people to start doing good in the world and being supported by Rotarians to keep on the legacy and keep on carrying the torch.
What's significant about this right now, when I see you with him, see you both with him, that you must have helped him to come over here, because Rotary actors really, they can do things, but financially they're not really all together. I would like you to be honest with us. You think you're helping him to probably bring him over here and expose him to the Rotary world will probably resonate Rotary in him more?
So that's interesting, right? So we kind of all start in Rotary for whatever reason it is, and very often that has a selfish root. In Abby's and my case, it was how can we take what we are doing individually to expand it and use Rotary to expand it. In case of Abby's nephew, it was kind of saying, well, how can Rotary help him build an international network and the connections that he does not have on his own. So there's no doubt that there was a self-centered purpose of pushing him towards Rotaract and building that network. And the great satisfaction is to see how he has embraced the desire to be the change and do good in the world, and not really looking at what is in it for him, but how he can help others. So that's a great satisfaction to be able to pass on that desire to help others.
So I think by you bringing him over, and he probably have 1, 2, 10, 15, 50 connections, that will help him probably not only probably connect with some of these people in the future, but help him build his personality and see what the Rotarians are about.
So obviously in this particular case, we are dealing with a generation that got caught in COVID, which basically meant that for an extended period, their social interaction was more or less exclusively through Zoom or similar platforms. And being able to invite him to go to international convention and connect with people he didn't know, being able to go up to the Rotary International president and the Rotary International president-elect Yinka and say, I'm a Rotaractor, I'm the president-elect of my club, and Yinka saying, hey, I was a Rotaractor, well done. I'm glad you came up to say hello to me.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Now, you started talking about the project that with the women and children in Ukraine. Now, your vision for the future is to build a bigger and more impactful global grant. We have another minute and a half. Would you please tell us what you want to do? And also, I do have the QR. So
Shahab and I, we just went to Ukraine and we visited the camps where these children and their mothers are getting psychological assistance dealing with the trauma. And that was an $80,000 global grant. We're now working on making it 5 times bigger. So we are looking at a $397,500 global grant where we already have over 25% pledged. And we are hoping for all the viewers that are seeing this that they will zoom in on the QR code, go to a look at it, go to matchinggrants.org and pledge to support this global grant.
And we would love to have you as partners. I think President Gordon McAnally, he was so impressed. He talked to his wife, and his wife said she has her own club, but he's a honorary member of her club. And they came back and said, we would love to be in the global grant. So they pledged $500. So that is...
We have spoken with a lot of people who have taken our card with the QR code and say, we want to support it, and we hope everybody comes through and we will have this global grant fully funded before we leave Taipei.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're
Pleasure.
awesome. And goodbye, you guys. Wave goodbye. Thank you.